You are watching Alabama football on YouTube. This is Trey Yanity here, breaking down the first 3 rounds of the 2022 NFL Draft for the Alabama Crimson Tide. As we get into the video today, guys, be sure to hit that like button. Let's get this video up to 500 likes, celebrating these guys entering the NFL. Of course, a list of names coming out of Alabama per usual, but this year was a bit different. We didn't expect to see quite as many first-round names. Alabama with 2 in the first round. Let's get started with Evan Neal. Neal, of course, drafted by the New York Giants at pick number 7. That pick was traded to the Giants by the Chicago Bears. They picked up Kayvon Thibodeaux with the number 5 pick and were able to secure Evan Neal with the number 7 pick. I think this is an excellent choice. He's going to be around a lot of young players in New York. Obviously, getting in the top 10 in general is big money. We thought Evan Neal could maybe even go in the top 3, maybe the top 5. I don't think he's complaining with number 7, as the Giants off to a great start in the draft. Evan Neal being a part of that. The next pick up for Alabama was Jameson Williams. Of course, this speedster, we didn't know exactly what his round selection would look like due to the injury. We had a feeling it was going to be in the first round, but I was incredibly excited. I know you guys were as well, to see Jameson Williams, J-Mo, picked up by the Detroit Lions at pick number 12. Now this pick was traded as well. The Minnesota Vikings gave the Detroit Lions the 12th pick, and they decided to select Jameson Williams to add to an offense that is still young and certainly growing, along with DeAndre Swift there, up in Detroit. That was it for day number 1 of the draft, but Alabama certainly made a splash in round number 2 and 3. On Friday night, didn't see the first Alabama pick in the second round until pick number 12, like in the first round. Another wide receiver for Alabama, John Mechie III, getting selected by the Houston Texans. You're going to notice a trend in this video, guys. Another trade was made for this pick to be possible. The Cleveland Browns trading the Houston Texans that number 12, number 44 overall pick in the draft. Mechie, another guy, obviously, that is recovering from injury, heading into his rookie season. The Texans making that trade, willing to take a chance on John Mechie. Thought we could have seen him maybe go even a little bit higher in this draft, but I think number 44 overall is a fair selection. Would love to see Houston surround him with more offensive tools, but I know he's going to have success wherever he is. Excited to see him in a Texans uniform. Just 3 picks later, the Washington Commanders picking up the next Alabama player in Phil Mathis at number 47 overall pick. First defensive player taken from Alabama in the draft. And guys, you're not going to believe it. Another trade to make this pick possible. Washington traded with Indianapolis to get the number 47 overall pick. For Phil Mathis, you loved hearing just what he had to say on draft night, talking about his dreams as a small-town kid from Louisiana. Didn't know if he would ever get to see this day. Really exciting moment there. The Commanders, another team on the rebuild. But you like this look for Phil Mathis. Going to have Chase Young on that defense as well to kind of mentor him and get him acclimated to the NFL game. Number 47 overall, Phil Mathis to the Washington Commanders. Alabama with just 2 picks in the first and second rounds, making more of a splash though in the third round, as we saw Christian Harris round, but I thought that was likely, and it made a lot of sense. So excited to see Christian Harris get that third round selection to the Houston Texans at number 75. Next up, this was a very nice surprise to see Brian Robinson Jr. go in the third round at number 98 overall. And how about this, guys? We're going to have John Mechie along with Christian Harris teaming up in Houston. What about Phil Mathis and Brian Robinson? They are both headed to Washington, D.C. to join the Commanders. This was a comp pick for the Washington Commanders, so they were certainly willing to take a chance on a skill guy here. They know what they're getting in Brian Robinson, consistency, a steady running back, and a guy that can provide you minutes right away in the NFL. Evaluating Brian Robinson, I don't think the third round was a stretch, but what we saw from mock drafts and what we had heard, I think this is a nice surprise to see him go at number 98 overall. 6 Alabama players already drafted in 2022, 2 in the first round, 2 in the second round, 2 in the third round. As we look at our draft summary here, just to go down the list one more time for you, Evan Neal, the first Alabama player taken at number 7 to the New York Giants, then Jameson Williams at number 12 to the Detroit Lions. In the second round, John Mechie at number 44 to the Houston Texans, and Phil Mathis at number 47 to the Washington Commanders. Then in the third round, it was Christian Harris at number 75 to the Houston Texans as well. And the final Alabama player selected in the third round, Brian Robinson Jr., picked at number 98 overall to the Washington Commanders. For everything Alabama in the NFL draft and everything Alabama football, subscribe to our channel, guys. Hit the like button on this video. Help us get to 500 likes. And please get in the comments. Let me know about who you're most excited to see in the NFL, which jersey you're going to get first out of all of these guys. For Alabama football on YouTube, my name is Trey Yanity. Alabama placing 6 guys in the first 3 rounds of the 2022 NFL Draft.